Can we start again, ma'am? You can ask the question again.
Certainly. I asked you to briefly introduce yourself, explain why you want to pursue teaching, your reasons for choosing KVS or NVS, and what draws you to mathematics. Go ahead, please.
Ma'am, my name is Varun Pratap Singh. I belong to Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my BSc PCM from University of Lucknow in 2021. After that, I completed my B.Ed. While I was doing B.Ed, I started teaching to students nearby my colony, and also I did internship during my B.Ed. After completing my B.Ed, I started teaching in private institution in Lucknow only, and I have experience of 2 years in teaching in schools. I have done triple C computer course, and I am well versed with use of technology in teaching. Uh, I am choosing KVS NVS for teaching because these are the most prestigious education institution in our country, and the goal of KVS NVS aligns with the goal of mine to serve to students, and KVS and NVS both provide a very good platform to improve my skills of teaching as well as give me growth. My hobbies are playing chess, singing, and exercising. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. You mentioned your experience with technology. Now, from your subject knowledge, let's talk about probability. A student asks, Sir, why do we study probability? Where is it used in real life? Give some specific, practical examples you'd share.
Ma'am, if a student comes to me and asks for this question, then I will say to him that if we are going to buy any car, and one car shows the cases like if there are 100 the car faces accident, the airbags open 95 times, and another case the number of times accident happen is 100 and the number of times the airbags open is 60. Then which car you will choose? So obviously the answer will be A. But how he calculate that? It could be percentage, or it could be set at 95 upon 100. It is favorable event is 95 upon 100, 0.95, and one was zero point 0.6. So obviously 0.95 is higher probability that the airbag will open at the time of accident. So we will choose A. This is a very good example by which they can understand that.
That's a good example for making a decision. Now, focusing strictly on the definition, why is probability always between 0 and 1? Can it ever be 1.5 or negative 0.2?
Uh, in probability we have the formula, that is number of favorable events upon total number of events. So like for example, if we say that the sun will rise from east, that's a sure event, so the probability will be 1. And if we say that the sun will rise from west tomorrow, that is impossible event, hence the probability will be 0. As general formula is number of favorable events upon total number of events, so the favorable events cannot be more than the number of events, so always the probability will be either equal to 1 or less than 1. And obviously it cannot be negative in terms number of favorable events cannot be negative, so also the least number will be 0, hence non-negative, and therefore we have a range from 0 to 1. And obviously 1.5 and minus 0.2 probability will never occur. Thank you, ma'am.
That's clear. Now, how would you explain to a class 10 student why root 2 is irrational? What method will you use?
Uh, Firstly, we will start with the general definition that any number which can be represented in by p by q form, where p and q are integers with no common factors and q is also not equal to 0, is rational. But the issue with under root 2 is that we cannot write it in p by q form. If any student says that we can write it as a like under root 2 upon 1, we will say that under root 2 itself cannot be written in a means when we will open this number, the number will be 1.414 something, and that number will be non-terminating and non-recurring, so hence this will come in the category of an irrational number. Also we can use a proof method where we will consider a contradictory method where we will use it as rational number first. We will let that it is a rational number, and then we will slowly disprove it or contradict ourselves only.
Alright, the contradiction method is standard. Now, moving on to geometry. Why is a tangent to a circle perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact? How will you explain this concept?
Sorry ma'am, I don't know that. I can tell the definition of tangent. If you are able to, please explain ma'am.
You could consider the shortest distance from the center of the circle to the line. The point of tangency creates the shortest path, which always means a perpendicular connection. Any other point on the line would be further away. Does that make sense? Now, let's try another. Why is division by zero undefined?
Ma'am, division by zero is undefined because if we take inverse, like there is no, if we divide 10 by 0, we will get nothing, that is not undefined answer, because there is no number when multiplied with 0 will give us 10. Or we can say that if we have 10 chocolates and I have to divide these to 0 students, then how this could be possible? That's why it is undefined, ma'am.
That's correct. There is no number that works in the reverse operation. Now, moving on to pedagogy. A student tells you, "Sir, I fear trigonometry. It's too confusing." How will you help that student overcome their fear?
Firstly, I will listen to him carefully and accept and make him realize that yes, the concept of trigonometry is a bit confusing and a bit complex than other topics which he's studying in his class. But the thing is that trigonometry is very interesting if you understand it through basics and without overwhelming yourself. I will try to explain him basic concepts of right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem, the ratios and its application one by one, giving short examples by which his base becomes stronger and by which he can solve some questions. When he will be solving question by himself herself, he will get confidence and overcome his fear.
Starting with basics is a good approach. Now, we'd like you to teach a short lesson, about 2-3 minutes, as if you were in a classroom. Please choose one topic from trigonometry, probability, quadratic equations, surface area and volume, or statistics. Go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, ma'am. I will choose quadratic equation. So, quadratic equation, we will have the topic.
Yes, please. Begin your teaching demo now.
Okay. Good morning, students. I hope you are well. Open your textbooks and copies on your study table and we'll start. Okay. So, anyone can explain me that what is an equation?
Criteria we established.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are feeling well. Open your textbook and open your copies on your tables. So I will start with the question that what do you understand by equation? Anyone? Okay. So equation is what? We have variables and we have two sides. Yeah, very good. So we have two sides, that is RHS and LHS, and both are equals, which we equate with the symbol of is equal to. Yes or no? So when LHS and RHS are equal, then these are called as equation. In simple terms, like x plus y is equal to 2 will be a equation in how many variables? 2 variables. Similarly, we can say that x plus 4 is equal to 2. That's also an equation in single variable. Similarly, we can have x square plus 4 is equal to 2. This will be an equation where the degree, which is the highest power on the variable, will be 2 and the number of variables is what? Single. Can anyone tell me what is variable? Yes, variable is what? Variable is a quantity in the mathematics which varies itself with time, means does not have a fixed value. And what is constant? Which has a fixed value. I hope you understood that. Now quadratic equation tells you that what we have equation, we understood what is an equation. Similarly, quadratic is what? When the highest power or the degree of the equation of the polynomial is 2. So the general formula of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That's a general form of quadratic equation where a, b, c are constant and x's are variable. I hope you understood that. Let's revise what we have studied till now. We studied that equation is formed when we have two sides and both are equal. Similarly, we understood that there are various polynomials. When they come in equation system, they become equal, means we have to equate both the sides. Similarly, we understood that the highest degree makes it either linear, quadratic or cubic. Today we will be studying quadratic, and quadratic has what? Quadratic has the highest degree as 2. The general format of quadratic equation is x square plus bx plus c. I hope you understood that. Thank you.
Varun, that was a comprehensive demonstration. We're now in the final phase of the interview. Could you quickly tell us what BALA stands for and briefly name one key component of NEP 2020?
Ma'am, if you can give some hint of BALA, I don't remember it.
It relates to using the school building itself as a learning aid. Now, what about NEP 2020? Can you mention one key point?
Ma'am, the key point is holistic development of the student. That's it, ma'am. Holistic development of student.
Thank you, Varun. That concludes our interview for today. You may leave now. We will evaluate your performance.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Now you can evaluate my my result and give me marks out of 60.
Varun, here is the evaluation based on the rules. Best of luck.
So you can see my marks Varun, the valuation of the out of 60 42 मिले हैं, I guess. सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज 18/25 है, वाह कम मार्क्स दिए हैं. कम्युनिकेशन स्किल भी ठीक दी है और कॉन्फिडेंस पे 5/5 दिए. सिलेक्शन प्रोबेबिलिटी मीडियम है, अच्छा मीडियम है, वाह. टॉप प्रेसिडेंस क्या है? काम कंपोजर है, गुड कॉन्फिडेंस थ्रू आउट है, गुड यूज़ ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी मेंशन इन द इंट्रो है, क्लियर कम्युनिकेशन है, प्रैक्टिकल स्टूडेंट रिलेटेबल है, एयर बैग स्ट्रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, डेमो टीचिंग गुड थी, स्ट्रक्चर्ड बेसिक टर्मिनोलॉजी थी. टॉप 5 वीकनेस क्या है? कुड नॉट कॉन्सेप्चुअली एक्सप्लेन टेंजेंट, हाँ वो नहीं मतलब था भाई. राइट सोल्यूशन कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी प्रूफ, अरे कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी वो भी बताया था यार. रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट फियर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी वो जेनरिक क्या होता है, मैं क्या करूँ उसमें. कुड नॉट रिकॉल द एक्रोनिम बाला, हाँ बाला क्या है? बिल्डिंग एज लर्निंग, कुछ ऐसा था ना. आंसर ऑन प्रोबेबिलिटी रेंज कुड हैव हाईलाइटेड डेफिनेशन ऑफ इवेंट्स मोर प्रिसाइजली, अच्छा. एग्जैक्ट आंसर दैट कुड हैव स्कोर्ड हायर. For square, explaining that non-terminating non-recurring is the reason it cannot be rational, why it is distinct from the formal proof. You have been clearer about this distinction. For tangent perpendicularly, explain that the radius is the shortest distance to the while would have been the shown deeper conceptual graphs. अब चलो याद आ गया. All solid performance work is needed. ठीक है भैया, ये तो हमेशा बोला जाएगा मेरे जीवन भर में. Okay, bye bye.